Hey folks, first question, which faction to select? We suggest you to go with League Order due to its overall gathering speed bonuses and a very good starting hero. If you want to experiment, you can select either Spring Wardens where you get some Legion, March speed and a good starting hero, or you can go to the Water books where you get the worst epic commander in the game combined with the best gathering units in the game. What heroes to prioritize at the start? Obviously, those who has gathering skill as one of their skills. You get Chakcha and Kella quite quickly in the first minutes of the game, then you just get the Pan, and after 4 days of playing you get access to Indis. Why should we focus on gathering commander? Obviously because in their talent trees they've got the Earth Grace talent that gives you experience equal to a percentage of the gathering resources. That would be the key engine how you can level up your other commanders quickly into the game. Building and research approach. For the building, you focus on your Hollow Order and upgrade only those buildings that are in the requirement list for the next level of Hollow Order. For the research, you follow the logic that first 2 sections of the military tech as well as first 2 sections of the economy tech are actually upgradable through villages, so you should focus only on architecture, then jump into the scholarship, then jump into the architecture again, and on higher levels you will jump into the scholarship again. In the military tech you skip these first 2 parts of the tech tree, go immediately to intelligence gathering and then level up only as much as you require to move to your tier 3 units. Alright, next part are simple tricks that you can conduct with your heroes. If you did notice, you can give presents to your commanders and receive friendship levels. So for friendship level 4, you get in total 10 heads of that commander that you have upgraded to the level 4. It's a worth doing action, and we suggest to do it for legendary commander first, because in first 7 days you will run short of studios to upgrade all other commanders to that respective level. Second part is practically you have to understand that unless you have upgraded your skill to level 5, it's not recommended to move to the next part in order not to damage your hero and hero upgrades. Last but not least in this block, the training trick. Instead of building immediately the highest tier unit, we recommend you to make a prerequisite level of that unit and then upgrade it to the next tier level. It helps you to complete the quest from where you receive the free speed ups. Try to follow this logic at all levels, and instead of training immediately T2 when you unlock them, you retrain T1 into T2, then T2 into T3. Okay, our goal now is to understand how we have to start our game. So once we acquire any of our gathering commander, for example Chakcha, we have to quickly level up them and max out the Earth's Grace tier 2 at the gathering tree, then switch to another gatherer, for example Kella, and do the same thing, then switch to another gatherer like Pan, do the same thing, and only after that go to level 20 and upgrade 3 stars for the commander. Once it's done, you have to permanently gather whatever you can see around you in situations where you run out of the combat points. Meanwhile, when you are upgrading your buildings, one common mistake a lot of people do is when they have, for example, 2 buildings running in parallel, which are predecessors for your Hollow Order upgrade, people often boost these 2 buildings and then start the build, but in fact you have to do the opposite. You have to wait these buildings to complete and then put the Hollow Orders upgrade, check for the next predecessor, and once it's upgraded, just boost the city hall and repeat the action. Your target is to reach Hollow Order level 11 as quickly as possible to have 3 gathering marches on the map permanently. About the hero strategy, try to level up all heroes that you have pretty much to the same level via gathering or books. You should not target to have really high level of heroes at the beginning of the game, because the experience versus power is decreasing each level you're taking. At the last day, probably that's gonna be day 7th, you will have to level up all of your artifacts pretty much in parallel with the rule that legendary -3 goes to purple, -3 goes to blue, and -3 goes to green. In that way you will gain the maximum power quality, and if you will maintain all the tips that we provided in the guide, you are 100% sure reaching 1.5 million power in first 7 days as a free-to-play player. Okay, and at last some tips for Beto and Fox. So once you acquire your Lilia with first purchase bundle, you receive a quest that is called Purchase Payback, which is about gathering in total 8k gems through different bundles in the game. So your order should be is to buy an extra builder, then take a growth fund, then take the monthly pack, then take the lights inspiration. After that, in case you would like to budget in for more, you buy the new beginning bundle, all the levels, and in the meantime you can also go to your VIP store and go practically with this purchase, level 5. And these two purchases, which are level 1 and level 3. And in total you get the best value if you move it that